Yeah, there you go, George Washington.
Call to order the City Council meeting for the City of East Grand Forks for Tuesday, September 17th, 2019 is now 5 o'clock. City Clerk, please call roll.
Mayor Steve Gander.
Here.
Council President Mark Holstead.
Here.
Council Vice President Chad Grassel.
Here.
Council Members Clarence Vetter.
Here.
Dale Helms.
Here.
Tim Riepel.
Here.
Tim Johnson.
Here.
Mark Demers.
Does determine quorum. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
An open forum and opportunity for members of the public to address City Council on items on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be deferred to staff, boards, and commissions for research and future council agendas if appropriate. If you'd like to address City Council, please come up to the podium to do so at this time. I see none. Approval of minutes for September 3rd council meeting and September 10th work session.
Vote.
Moved by Grass. Second. Second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? See none. Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Scheduled bid lettings none. Scheduled public hearings none. Consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items to be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion and action if they choose. Any council members like 3 and 4 pulled? Not entertain a motion for 3 and 4.
Motion approved.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Johnson. Any questions or discussion? I see none. Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Acknowledge receipt of reports and officers, boards, and commissions. Regular meeting minutes of Water, Light, Power, and Building Commission for August 21st, 2019. Communication, there is none. Old business, there is none. New business, consider approving ordinance number 27, 4th series, amending the City Code Charter, Chapter 117, Section 117.07, Subdivision E regarding persons ineligible for licenses by adding importer to Subpart 4 and changing Subpart 5 to allow a person to have an ownership interest in more than one on-sale liquor establishment, but keeping the restrictions for off-sale liquor establishments. First reading.
Move.
Moved by Grass.
Second.
Second by Helms. Any questions or discussion? See none. Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 7, consider adopting resolution number 19-09-59 approving the preliminary 2019 tax levy collectible in 2020 for a total of $5,442,241 and set the public budget meeting for December 10th, 2019 with a continuance hearing if necessary for December 17th, 2019. Move. Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Helms. Any questions or discussion? See none. Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 8, consider adopting resolution number 19-09-60, accepting a grant awarded from the Federal Emergency Management Agency for the replacement of the exhaust system at the Fire Station 2 and for the replacement of fire hose.
Move.
Moved by Grassel. Second. Second by Vetter. Any questions or discussion? See none. Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Consider adopting resolution number 19-09-61, authorizing the funds of approximately $15,000 towards the hydraulic study for the 32nd Avenue location contingent upon the approval from the Grand Forks City Council. Move. Moved by Vetter.
Second.
Second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? Mr. Helms.
I think I'm probably going to vote no on this for the simple fact that I'm concerned about spending the money. I understand it. I get everything that we've been discussing and talking about, but I just think until we get everything finalized with our counterparts across the river, we spend this money now to do this and we don't get anything handled for another 3 or 4 years, then we're going to have to spend the money to redo it again because it's going to be outdated. That's what bothers me.
Better.
Thank you. Just to address your concerns, Mr. Helms, part of the hydraulic study is to determine whether or not this is even a feasible location. There's so much discussion on where we want to go. So the hydraulic study looks at the hydraulics of this location that we're looking at and tells us yes, you can build a bridge, or no, you can't build a bridge. So if it comes back and says you can't build a bridge there, that's the next step. Then we can look at what's our next alternative. But without this knowledge, we might go forward and have a lot of headaches, and then still not be able to build a bridge at 30 seconds. So this is a logical next step.
There.
Number two, a thought along with that is the hydrology of the site won't change. I mean, it is what it is. It either allows the flow of water or it doesn't. So I can't see that the shelf life of this would have 1 to 3 years. It should be kind of a measure of what that site would do with the bridge anytime. And finally, this is only half the funding. It only gets studied if Grand Forks votes thumbs up on the other half, which would be the council and the mayor signing it, which would be pretty cool if that happened, to at least figure out if we can do a bridge there. So I think it's a good step, and I think it's a timely one in the fact that it is that next step to asking the question. And I do think it is timeless in the fact that what findings they get would be still relevant 5 and 10 years from now.
Anybody else have any questions, comments? See none, roll call, please.
Olsted?
Yes.
Grassel?
Yes.
Vetter?
Yes.
Helms?
No.
Riepel?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 10, consider adopting resolution number 19-09-62, authorizing the mayor and city administrator to execute amendment number 14 to the memorandum of understanding for the city of East Grand Forks Border City Enterprise Zone Program.
Move.
Moved by Grassel.
Second.
Second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? I see none. Roll call, please.
Olsted?
Yes.
Grassel?
Yes.
Vetter?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 11, claims. Consider authorizing the city administrator clerk treasurer to issue payment of recommended bills and payroll.
Move.
Moved by Johnson.
Second.
Second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? See none. Roll call, please.
Olsted?
Yes.
Grassel?
Yes.
Vetter?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Mayor Gander.
Just a couple things. Number one, I represented city at the EERC at UND last week, welcoming some new leadership to UND. This morning spoke to the South Forks Lions Club, just updating them on what we're doing here as a city. Next item, thank you, Reed, for your great input on the question on whether we should have a dog park in our community. By all means, read that. It's going to be pretty interesting reading, but drink a lot of coffee first, probably. Thank you to Marilyn Haggerty. Marilyn, who was so kind in noting that the campground across the river, I think she must have been on the other side and looking over. Henry wanted me to make sure to acknowledge, and it's a good point, that Marilyn is a good proponent of our whole region, and she pointed out the success of the campground all through the summer and now even into the fall, a busy place for people camping. So I do want to thank Marilyn for bringing that out in her paper and giving us the recognition. That's all I have.
Mr. Vetter.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Mr. Helms.
Nothing. Thank you.
Mr. Riepel.
Nothing.
Mr. Johnson.
No, nothing. Thank you.
Mr. Geist.
Nothing. Reminder,
Tomorrow is the get-together at the Civic Center, the expo, right? Was it 5:30 to 7:30? Is that the times?
Yep.
Mr. Murphy.
I have nothing.
Mr. Gelston.
I have one thing I was going to ask the council to suspend rules. There's a utility easement that the water and light needs. It goes across our own property out on Highway 2. They're relocating their cable. And I was just going to have Mr. Murphy just sign off on it because I'm not sure if it's actually necessary because we're reserving our own easement on our own property. But since we were here tonight, I was going to make sure that you guys suspended rules, approved it, and then I can get your signatures on it so that they can get the project started. So could I get somebody to make a motion to suspend rules to do that for me?
So move.
Moved by Vetter.
Second.
Second by Riepel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. So this easement is, like you indicated, is something we already have and just reaffirming it, or just moving
No,
it?
we do not have an easement there. What we do have is the cable that we have goes along the Highway 2 right-of-way. However, that corridor has gotten so congested that they can't relocate it within that 10, or within the right-of-way. So what we're doing right now is this diagram on the city property is giving us a 10-foot easement just inside of the Highway 2 right-of-way so that we can complete that that project. I'm also getting it along the highway from basically the wind tower all the way out.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve the utility easement presented in front of us through Mr. Galstead, City Attorney. Your motion?
I'll move.
Moved by Riepel, second by Grassel. Any questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Better.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
David, can I get you to sign this one and then I'll get them here? Thank you. That's all I have.
Mr. Emery,
I have nothing.
anything from department heads? Mr. Edlin?
You did already bring up the East Grand Forks Showcase that's going to be held tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Civic Center. I appreciate that. I am still looking for some people to volunteer to help out with the dunk tank. So if any of you are willing to do that, yeah, I'll have my number. So thank you.
I must misplace that number.
I didn't see it either.
Anybody else have anything for tonight? Not entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Moved by Grassel, second by Vetter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Meeting is adjourned.